You've probably been told that if a woman isn't interested, you should just walk away, or worse, try harder to win her over. But here's the blunt truth. Women don't miss men because they need them. They miss men who know how to leave an emotional imprint so strong that she thinks of you even when you're not around. This isn't about pickup lines or cheesy tactics. It's about understanding female psychology and learning how to position yourself so that even a woman who wasn't interested at first finds herself drawn to you. Before we dive in, quick reminder. If you want more no-nonsense, psychology-backed insights into women and relationships, hit subscribe now, because what you'll learn here could completely change the way you approach women. Now, let's get into it. 1. Why chasing kills attraction. Here's something most men never want to hear. The harder you chase a woman, the faster she runs. Chasing feels logical. You want her, so you show her. You call, you text, you prove effort. But in female psychology, chasing almost always backfires.
Why?
Because chasing flips the power dynamic. Instead of her feeling lucky to get your attention, she sees you as the one desperately trying to win hers. And let's be real, nobody misses what they already have too much of. If you're constantly calling, texting, showing up, you're giving her an emotional overload. She doesn't need to think about you, because you've already put yourself on display 24/7. Think of it like this. If someone gives you free food every day, do you crave it?
No.
But take that food away, suddenly you realize how much you want it. That's exactly how female psychology works. Women don't miss men who chase. They miss men who create space, who create curiosity. And here's the kicker. Chasing also communicates insecurity. It screams, I don't see myself as valuable enough to stand still and let her come to me. And nothing kills attraction faster than insecurity. So, rule number 1 if you want a woman, even one who's not interested, to start missing you, stop chasing.
Step back.
Give her silence. That silence will say more than 100 texts ever could. Example. Imagine you've been texting a woman 3 times a day, and she replies with short, dry messages. Most guys panic and text more. But what happens if you stop completely for 2 days? More often than not, she'll start wondering where you went, check your profile, or even reach out first. That's not luck. That's psychology. 2. Silence speaks louder than text. Here's another common mistake. Thinking constant communication builds attraction. Guys send good morning texts, check in during the day, and with good night. On the surface, that looks like effort. In reality, it makes her take you for granted.
Why?
Because when your words are always available, they lose their value. But silence? Silence has weight. It creates tension. It makes a woman think. And here's the secret. Curiosity is far more powerful than familiarity. When you're silent, she wonders, why isn't he texting me? What's he doing?
Who's he with?
That wondering is the seed of missing you. Attention is currency, and silence increases its value. If you give her attention like loose change, she'll treat it like it's worthless. But when your attention is rare, she'll crave it. Now, don't confuse silence with immaturity. This isn't about ghosting or ignoring her just to play games. It's about balance. It's about showing that your world doesn't revolve around her. And that is what makes her lean in. Scenario. Let's say you've been messaging daily, and suddenly she starts replying less. Most men panic and double their texts. Instead, pull back. Don't text for a day. Watch what happens. Shield 3. Scarcity creates value. One of the biggest mistakes men make when they really like a woman is giving her unlimited access to their time and attention. At first, it feels romantic, texting back instantly, always being available when she calls, canceling your own plans just to see her. But here's the truth. What's always available loses its value. Think about it. Gold is precious because it's rare. Diamonds are treasured because they're hard to get. Your attention works the same way. When you flood her with it, it stops feeling special. Psychologists call this the scarcity principle. We place a higher value on things that feel limited. And it works the same in relationships. If she knows she can reach you anytime, if she knows you'll always pick up, if she knows you'll drop everything just to be with her, there's no urgency, no craving, no anticipation. Here's the shift. Let her see that you have a life outside of her. Spend time on your hobbies, your career, your friendships. If you're into fitness, hit the gym consistently. If you love learning, take that evening class you've been putting off. When she sees that your time is full and purposeful, she'll fight harder to earn a spot in your schedule. Quick reflection. Are you giving her enough space to miss you? Or are you smothering her with attention before she's even earned it? When she realizes your time is not automatically hers, your presence transforms from ordinary to extraordinary. That's when the craving starts. 4. The power of unpredictability. Here's another secret. Predictability kills desire. If she can map out every move you're about to make, she'll feel safe, but she won't feel excited. And while safety is important in a long-term relationship, excitement is what fuels craving. This is where healthy unpredictability comes in. I'm not talking about playing toxic games or deliberately confusing her. I'm talking about adding just enough surprise to keep her curious. For example, if you always text "Good morning," sometimes switch it up. Wait until lunch and send a thoughtful message about something that reminded you of her. That tiny change breaks the pattern. If your dates are always the same dinner and movie routine, take her somewhere unexpected. Maybe it's a salsa class, a rooftop view of the city, or a random road trip to a new spot. If she expects you to always agree with her opinions, challenge her playfully. Tease her a little. Push back in a respectful way. The psychology behind this is powerful. Neuroscience shows that the brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, when it experiences uncertainty combined with reward. That's why slot machines are addictive. You never know when the win is coming, so you stay engaged. When she can't completely predict you, when she knows you might surprise her, her mind stays locked in. She's excited, curious, and more invested. That sense of what's he going to do next is exactly what fuels craving. So ask yourself, are you too predictable in your approach, or are you leaving space for intrigue? 5. Challenge her intelligence, not just her beauty. Here's something that will set you apart from 90% of other men. Stop focusing only on her looks. Every guy tells her she's beautiful. Every guy comments on her smile or her body. That's not special anymore. If you want her craving you, engage her mind. Challenge her thoughts. Make her feel seen in a way most men never bother to. Ask her deeper questions that make her stop and think. What's something you've always wanted to do, but never told anyone? What's the hardest lesson life taught you in the past 5 years? If you could design your dream life, what would it look like? These aren't pickup lines. They're invitations for her to share a side of herself she usually keeps hidden. And here's the key. When someone opens up emotionally, their brain starts to associate that vulnerability with the person who made them feel safe enough to share. That's you. That's the bond you're creating. And bonds like that are addictive. So don't just chase her body. Connect with her soul. A man who can make a woman feel physically desired is common. A man who can make her feel intellectually and emotionally understood?
Rare.
And rare always creates craving. Subscribe if you haven't and keep watching, because in the next part, we'll uncover the body language secrets and nonverbal triggers that make a woman crave you, even in complete silence. Eventually check her phone, notice the gap, and maybe even initiate. 6. The power of body language. Before you ever say a word, your body is already telling her a story. And here's the thing. Women are masters at reading it. Subconsciously, they're scanning for confidence, dominance, and emotional presence. If your shoulders are slouched, your voice is weak, your eyes dart around nervously, she feels it immediately. Desire doesn't ignite in uncertainty. But when you stand tall, shoulders back, chin level, eyes calm and direct, you project certainty. And certainty is magnetic. Here's a quick test. The next time you walk into a room, notice how much space you're taking up. Confident men don't shrink. They claim their space without apology. And when you do this, women can feel it. You don't have to demand attention. It comes to you naturally. Remember this truth. A craving doesn't start with words. It starts with presence. 7. Eye contact that lingers. Now, let's talk about one of the most underrated tools of attraction. Eye contact. Most men break it too quickly. They glance, then look away, afraid of being caught staring. That nervousness kills the spark before it even begins. But when you hold her gaze just a second longer than normal, something shifts. Her brain interprets it as confidence, as interest, as boldness. And that tiny pause ignites a subconscious question in her mind. Why does he look at me like that? Don't overdo it. Creepy stares ruin everything. But a steady, intentional gaze with a slight smile? That's the difference between being forgettable and unforgettable. 8. Controlled touch when appropriate. Touch is one of the fastest ways to build connection, but it has to be done right. Too fast, too intense, and it feels invasive. Too hesitant, and it feels weak. Start subtle. A light touch on the arm when making a point. A playful nudge during laughter. These micro-touches send powerful signals of familiarity and closeness. Science shows that even small, appropriate touches release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. That's why it feels good. That's why it deepens attraction. And here's the secret. When you create moments where touch feels natural, she'll start craving it. She'll lean in, she'll initiate, she'll want more of that physical presence. 9. Energy speaks louder than words. Attraction isn't just what you do, it's the energy you carry. Women are highly sensitive to emotional states. If you're anxious, needy, or insecure, she feels it instantly. If you're calm, self-assured, and grounded, she feels that too. This is why working on yourself matters. If you meditate, train your body, master your emotions, you radiate a presence that women can't ignore. Your energy tells her, I'm stable, I'm strong, I don't need you, but I choose you. And that's what flips the script. That's what transforms disinterest into curiosity, curiosity into attraction, attraction into craving. 10. The art of pulling back. Finally, here's the master key most men never use. Knowing when to pull back. Imagine this. You've had a great conversation. She's laughing. She's leaning in. Instead of dragging it out until the spark fades, you leave on a high note. You walk away when things are still sizzling. This does two things. 1. It shows self-control. 2. It creates an emotional gap. And here's the beauty of gaps. The human brain hates them. When you leave while she's still engaged, her mind keeps replaying the moment, filling in the gap with desire. That's how you leave her wanting more. That's how craving is born. Now, let me ask you, which of these principles are you already using, and which one do you need to work on starting today? Drop your answer in the comments below. If you found this video eye-opening, don't just keep it to yourself. Hit that like button, subscribe to The Real Ask Jane, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it.